Hi. Greetings. We sort of match. I see it.
Do we?
Hmm
What
But
you
it's
was
not.
wearing?
But it's not. Um, it's not gray. But you see the blending
No.
of the. You don't see it.
Mm-mm.
I think we blend. What y'all think?
No,
I
of
think
course we blend. We sisters, but what you mean? They're like clothing?
Colors. Yeah.
Colors, 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 colors. Co- That's why I said, damn, they messing with the video.
what that mean, Dawa? We here tonight by our lonesome.
No, we're not. We have all of our viewers.
But you know,
Hey, viewers. Hey.
I'm not talking about that. But you know, we don't have a production team.
The guy behind the machine.
So
is
I'm
not
working
here to orchestrate.
I'm
Y'all let us pray that she does not mess up anything.
Yeah, everything's gonna be alright.
You're gonna be triumphant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's gonna be good.
But I'm really feeling this chest picture. I am.
I picked it out.
Did you?
I saw it. I
You
said I
did.
like that one.
That was it. Like you in your words. Good job.
Wait a minute.
Good job. Well done. Good job.
I did.
But that is a good
I
one.
saw it. I was like, yeah, that's nice.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like it.
So tonight's topic is going to be who is the real enemy.
Who is the real enemy, y'all?
So I want you all to please, 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 please chime in. Just talk. Let's talk.
Yeah. And my
Let's
first
talk about
question, my first question is, who does religion say is the real enemy? Who does the school system say is the real enemy? And who does the hospital say are the real enemies? Really think about what I just asked and then y'all post. Really? So you have the schoolhouse, you have the hospital, and you have the churches. Out of all those three, let me know who of the three, which one says what about who's your real enemy. Do they even ask those questions? If I'm sure we already know the answer to the religious part of it. But in the hospitals, the hospitals say you have an enemy. Who is that? The school, the educational system says you have an enemy. Who is that? So that is really distracting. It's like an echo. We're just gonna have to just sit back, y'all. Sit tight, cause Takia being funny around here.
No, I'm really not
Being funny.
I'm trying to turn it down, but it really won't. Well, that ain't over
My lord, my lord. Why would he? You know what?
Why would he? Okay.
Come on, are you serious right
No,
now?
I'm gonna fix it. Just like that. You don't hear no more, do you?
I'm just on the
You don't hear
passenger
no more, do you?
side for the ride.
I had to pause it. You know, I had to turn it off right there. That's all.
English. Which camera do I look into?
That one.
Wow.
It's two of them up here, so I don't know.
You ain't.
Whichever catch your eye.
So now, has anybody ever played chess? Okay, I'm trying to walk y'all into baby steps. Enemy 101 for real, because I have been told that I kind of can go off very fast. I can go from 0 to 60 really fast. You know, my inner Dawa starts erupting. You know, if y'all don't know who Dawa is, y'all just
Shout out
missed
to
it.
Brother Dawa.
Y'all just missed it. If y'all don't know who that is, then man, y'all been under a rock for real. But my inner Dawa sometimes just wants to bust up in the mud and just let people have it. Sometimes I'm not one to sugarcoat. I feel like we all should know who our enemy is.
Yeah.
If we are children of the Most High, then you want to know who your daddy's enemy is.
Yeah. Basically, I like that part. That part.
Like, if you don't know who your basically bound to let anybody in your father's house. It's just it's
Especially your temple,
it's
your mind, body, and your soul.
that's your house.
I know. That's why I'm just saying, yeah, that is so true.
That's your house. Your temple is your house. And you would let anything in, which is your enemy. Anything that serves to kill, steal, and destroy all that you are mentally, soulfully, because we're going to eliminate that word spirit too. I'm going to tell you that word is a diversion. So we're talking
Right.
about enemy 101. We're going to talk about how the word spirit, if you've noticed, if anybody has been to church or came up in the church, especially in the early 70s and 80s, you would know that it was always termed as the soul. The soul, the soul, the soul is what's been talked about. But as time went on and prosperity preachings grew, it became the spirit. The word soul was swapped out for spirit. Now, why is that? Why is that? It wasn't anymore like for the example the Holy Ghost. It wasn't the Holy Ghost anymore because it was spooky. Now it's termed the Holy Spirit. Do you see what I mean? Everything's been
Yeah.
swapped out for spirits. But if you know anything about spirit, the word spirit is considered a jinn. If you look up the word jinn, it's just another word for spirits. That's why they say alcohol is a spirit. And when you go to the liquor store, what do they call it? Big and bold as crap up there. Spirits.
That's
Spirits.
true.
So you entertaining spirits, and what you do is when you drink alcohol, you lower your defense systems for the enemy to come in and harbor any everything it wants to. Enemy 101. So y'all, I hope y'all taking notes. I hope y'all taking notes. Because this definitely, and I tell people, do not take my word for it. Go and research these things. And if you have a rebuttal for me, let's hear it. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for the rebuttals. I just really want to hear it.
Definitely got to know the rebuttals, or comments, just everything. Everything. I really need to know this because it affects really, really your mind. And you know what I pray? I be praying like, Lord, just don't take my mind. Just take,
Yeah.
just, you don't want to lose anything else in
Mm-hmm.
life and your body. But just don't take my mind. You know? That's just the simplest thing to just, mm,
It's the
nothing.
worst. If you
It's the
lose your
worst.
mind,
Oh,
game over. If you lose your mind, game over. You can lose your physical aspect. That's one thing.
can you hear me now?
You could lose. You lose your body. You let your body go. You gain weight and all that stuff. That's one
Can you hear
thing.
me now?
But to lose your mind and your soul is such a terrible thing. Yeah, I definitely don't
Oh,
want to lose that. But y'all, who is the
okay.
enemy? Let's answer that question. Who is the enemy? And why is it so important to know who your enemy
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
Now, for me, the
The red
enemy
one.
is simply put anyone that tortures you,
Which one is that?
anyone that sends you into a state of emotional torture,
You
mental
can elevate
torture,
it to the
soul
right.
torture,
The black
physical
knob.
torture, an abuser, right?
The black
Someone
knob.
who possesses and takes over you and can control you, right? And I'm sure a lot of y'all know where I'm going with this. If you know where I'm
Oh,
going with
definitely
this,
that one. Yeah,
then
the
either
black
roll with it or
knob.
not roll with it. But we need to learn who our enemy
The
is.
black knob.
And people, it's very easy for someone to say that your enemy is, we're our
Okay.
own worst enemy, and
On
that's
the
such a
left.
contradictory because that's Western philosophy to say body is not meant to die.
Mhm.
It's meant to regenerate.
Yes, that's true.
So that's why when you fall and
That's
you
true.
scrape yourself, your wound doesn't get worse. It gets better. It heals. If and only if you hadn't allowed the enemy to come in and harbor your body.
Right.
If you don't let the enemy come in and harbor your body is in its God form. It's in its godly state and can heal itself and does
Mhm.
rather quickly. Your body can heal itself rather quickly. But if you're not in a godly state, like me, I have allergies. Allergies suck.
Yeah. You know, North Dallas is the place in America with the worst allergies
I
are.
hate I'm like the antihistamines in my throat. Woo!
Yeah.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I know I'm not in a godly state.
Yeah.
I'm in a state of dis-ease. I need some water.
Uh oh. Go get some water. I'll hold it down.
Hold it down, girl.
Yeah, but I definitely understand what you're saying. So, you know, your worst enemy is you're going to have to search and find how to recognize it because you have to know where you come from. You have to know your forefathers. You know, that's the main thing. And your ancestors and understand where you come from. But I was sitting next to her and I was saying, you know what? My worst enemy is myself. She's like, no. You know, she's like, no, you can't be your worst enemy because you are God. You of God. So, but we are our enemy though, hands down, but not the worst. So there's a difference. Definitely a difference. So, you okay?
I'm gonna sit that way over here.
Ooh. So
Ooh,
yeah.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Wasting anything and
Way
nothing.
over there.
Way over there. Well, shout out to all of my people that are listening tonight and commenting on YouTube and all the platforms that are out there that we are on. So please like, subscribe, and share. So now, the topic tonight is, as you can see, is who's is the real enemy. So,
I'm gonna look up this. I have to tell y'all this definition. One of the things that I has anybody read the Bible?
oh, speaking of the Bible, that was so crazy. ROI Bible study class, Israel said, I am waiting to get involved in the meeting. The KJV Bible is my platform. Wow.
Who
So,
said that?
ROI Bible study class, Israel. So,
Roy Boy.
right, real boy. Hold on. Hello. Okay. Okay.
What did he say? I'm coughing too loud.
No. Turn the mic up.
I hate allergies. Jeez.
Hello. Can
this right. We trying to work it. I
Okay, I see.
appreciate it.
He said, okay, I see it on Facebook too. Or Roy said, standing by, family ready to roll. Okay, blessings. Good evening, all. Hey, cool hair. Living Nightmare says cool hair.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Mr. Cool. Is it Mr. Cool?
Living Nightmare.
Living nightmare. Jeez, let's talk. What's that about? Still can't hear. He said he still can't hear.
Okay,
What about that? Click that yellow right there.
right here.
Uh huh. Testing, testing.
You want to click this one too?
Mm-mm. He said don't touch that one.
Okay. With this one?
Yeah, but it's all the way up. It's all the way up.
Yeah.
It's the interface. It's all the way to the right. What about that right there? What's that?
This one?
What is that?
Then that knob, the black knob, the knob, click the arrow no, gradually turn the knob so you can hear. When somebody call in, gradually turn this up that you can hear. Okay. Okay. Clear picture of the right screen. All right. We're going to get it right. Get it right, baby. Where we started from.
We're gonna get it right back to where we. Wait a minute. Can you hear him now?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Mm. Wait, can you hear him?
Now I'm finna see. Okay, he just told me to click that button and click that button.
Did you click it?
Yeah, it's not because that's why we went
It
live.
don't look like it's clicked.
No, we not gonna click that because it's gonna click off.
Mm.
But we are live. He just told me to do that, and he told me what the black buttons for, which is the caller. Somebody want to call in and plug in my phone to this.
Is that what he asked to turn up?
What about this one? Hello, testing, testing,
Testing.
testing,
It's moving. We got action.
Testing.
Something. Turn. He said turn it all the way up.
testing.
Yeah, that's it.
Can y'all hear me? I think that's it.
Yep, that's it. Can we hear now, y'all?
Let me see. Okay, I can hear you in my headphones. Woo!
Can y'all hear now, y'all? We got action.
We got action. This button's moving. Okay. All right. We sorry about that. We are sorry. We got it. Okay, let me take this picture. Ooh.
Yay! He said, okay, we got it. Mr. Zachariah said, okay, got it.
Got it.
Okay. Welcome, 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 y'all.
Sorry about that.
Yes, we had technical difficulties.
I ain't scared to say.
But
I
we
just
appreciate
didn't know.
y'all, sticking around with us. Really, really appreciate that. That's what's up, y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm happy.
Ride or die. Who said unhappy?
I said I'm happy.
Oh, I'm like, ride or die. I appreciate that, y'all. That meant a lot to us.
Yes.
Mr.
Okay.
Salam, Mr.
All right.
Zechariah, I appreciate y'all, brothers, and really, really just hang tight. Y'all help us out. I have allergies, and
You just started.
no.
No, I'm just saying you didn't flare up until just then until you started coughing. Because when you came, you was fine.
It's when my heart starts elevating, and I start breathing. My breathing is irradiated, and for some reason I can't stop doing this because now it feels good just to do it.
Right. I'm gonna have to give y'all a number. I do apologize because my phone just ain't acting right. I'm gonna have to give you.
It's one of them days. One of them days you just coast through. You know what I'm saying? Just get to the next day and
My phone. I don't know why my.
So I'm saying I tried to call. Is the number correct?
No, it's not. We gotta give you another number.
Okay.
I'm trying to get that together.
Deuteronomy
also.
28:15. Can we read that, sis?
Yes, we can. I thank you for that.
Where is it?
Look at your phone.
Where's your good book? Oh. Where is your good book? Deuteronomy what?
28:15.
Why, for some reason, it automatically pulls up like that's the favorite scripture. $28 and $15. And we did ask. We asked, who is the real enemy, right? And what I said was, I thought y'all heard me, but obviously not. Was there are 3 places in this world that control or are at the headquarters of your mind, your body, and your soul. Can anyone tell me what those 3 institutions are? Somebody tell me what those 3 institutions are. And this applies to everyone. It doesn't matter what race, color, or creed you are. There are 3 institutions that govern your mind, your body, and your soul. Can y'all tell me what those 3 institutions are? And while we do that, you looking up Deuteronomy? You ain't doing. What you doing?
Boom. Hold on, I got action. Oh, I might got action.
Patience. Salam.
Yes.
Mom said patience.
Thank you, Salam. Saladin.
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 Saladin. What does that mean? Saladin. I will Google it, but I'd rather you tell me. Mr. Zechariah said Deuteronomy 28 and 15. You gonna read it or shall I?
I'm testing out this phone. Okay.
That's a no.
Call this number.
On what?
Where's your other phone? We got to make a test call.
A test call. Anybody answer that question yet?
Actually,
Salam says it means the Creator Himself is one, the sword of God. Actually, start with the 14th verse and read to the 15th. Okay. What am I calling? Who am I calling?
Just call that number, see if it ring, so they can start calling in.
It's busy.
Wait a minute. Wait.
It's busy. Actually, stop. Okay, somebody tell me. Come on, y'all. Somebody got to know. There are 3 institutions in this world that govern the mind, the body, and the soul. Y'all tell me what those are.
The government.
The 3 institutions, no.
The institutions as in what? What's the institution you're referring to?
Institution, an establishment, an organization.
That governs the mind?
That governs the people's minds.
Religion?
Their bodies and their souls.
Yeah. You learn.
I asked them.
Oh.
Come on, y'all. Come on. We talking about Enemy 101. Enemy 101. Now, I was nervous. I ain't gonna even lie. I was a little nervous, but y'all can't answer this question, and that's not cool. So I gotta
strap on.
I gotta fix my bra strap and get real with y'all for a little bit. Now, y'all need to know this. This is serious. As sure as y'all breathing, y'all need to know.
Let me go on to YouTube.
The mind, the body, and the soul. What 3 institutions govern the people's minds, bodies, and souls? This applies to everybody. Race, color, creed, gender, it does not matter.
Okay, Living Nightmare says Jews control everything, i.e. Hollywood, media, music, industry. Yes, Jews control hip-hop. Jerry Heller and Liar Cohen.
Great answer. Nope.
Well, she done shot me down, honey. So I wouldn't nobody safe.
Oh, wait a minute.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
They say you are your own worst enemy, and it's very easy for the enemy to say you are your own worst enemy. But who is your real enemy? Is it us? Are you your own enemy? Are you your own worst enemy? Or is there an outside force that is the enemy? Just as sure as there is a God, there is also an enemy. And you must know who this enemy is if you call yourself a child of God. Me personally, my own earthly father, if I got to know who my earthly father is, I'm looking at them fools real suspect. If my daddy don't like you, you're not to be liked. How about that?
How about that?
So if I feel like that to my earthly father, then why wouldn't I feel like that to my heavenly father? You gotta know who your enemy is if you call yourself God's child. I'm just confused. We gotta get this right. There are 3 institutions in the world that govern the peoples, that which means they are the head. See who answered that question. The world is throwing a curve. I am in this world, but not of it. That does not come on, Zechariah, brethren. 3 institutions that are in charge, whether they mandated it or whoever mandated it, are in charge of your mind, your body, and your soul. What are those 3 institutions? Come on, y'all.
The judicial, the legislator, and the executive branches. I mean, it depends on who you recognize first.
Good answer. Nope.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Nope. Mr. Salam, great answer. Nope.
Salam Saladin.
I love y'all. I really do. We got to talk this out. The enemy 101. One of the things I would highly suggest everyone do.
What you suggest?
I suggest y'all read the Bible from the front to the back like normal math would suggest you do.
Just like a book.
No one skips to number 19 without knowing 1 through 18 first. Like, no one does that. Who does that?
And I've never read the front to the back.
The thought process of skipping around is not even godly in itself, because don't we say God is not the author of confusion?
That's
Come on,
what
y'all.
he
I'm
said.
on fire tonight. I can feel it. My hair, I made my hair just to be fire, because I know that I got that in me. It's stirred up. It's stirred up. Come on, y'all. I'm hot. I'm telling you, I got to fix my bra strap tonight. I was nervous.
For what?
But y'all done ticked me off. We really got to get to the bottom of that. Satan and his wicked angels. Is that the answer?
That's what she said. Her answer is?
No, Zechariah.
Oh, Zechariah. I'm sorry.
Satan and his wicked angels. No, I said 3 institutions. What you got? What they said?
Nothing.
So we don't know. Do we not know? So I just move forward. The Bible has instructions. Isaiah 28, 9 and 1.
Okay, let's read it first. Don't knock them.
Yeah, but let's go. Let's do this in order first. Zechariah asked for
Did you read Deuteronomy? Yeah. Let's read that first. Let me see.
Deuteronomy 28, 15.
Mm-hmm. Here we go skipping. Let's just go with Genesis 1.
Now you feeling me. Now you feeling me.
That's what we do. We be, trying to make
Now
our point, and then we'll go to Revelation. No, let's go to Genesis first.
This is my point. This is why I say what I say. It's hard for people to talk to me and for me to receive when I know for a fact that you talking in circles. If you have not read the Bible from front to back, why are you talking to me? Because I read it. I read it 3 times. No, I read it 6 times. I read it 6 times. From the front to the back. So anything anybody says to me about the Bible,
did you retain it?
It's just not gonna make. Hello, I'm walking, talking.
Ooh.
There's no reason why. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't retain what the scriptures were, but I retained what was in it.
But that's what it matters. What is in it.
I was telling my daughter.
That's all good.
I was telling my daughter today, who is your real enemy? This is what we're talking about in case y'all just tuned in. I was talking to my daughter earlier today, and I said to her that it's very, very interesting how You can relate the Bible to everything, but no one has read it from front to back. I'm not going to say no one. Let me retract that. Very few people have read it.
Even the pastors, the
even
ministers.
Came up with the notion that big ass light bulb at the top of their head did not pop up to say, it is a book. Read it from front to back.
And God is not the author of confusion.
He's not the author of confusion, but once again, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Now, I told my daughter, I said, I think one of the things you should do is read the Bible from front to back, since you love books so much. I said another interesting thing is you will find in this book, it is rather Shakespearean. You're going to come across these and thithers and thuses and dines and hences and stuff like that. Yeah, well, that's because Shakespeare wrote the book. Mm-hmm. He wrote the book. So he put his little poetic spin on it. Mm-hmm. As you read the Bible, you're going to see who wrote it, because the same person that wrote Romeo and Juliet is the same person that wrote the Bible. Ironically, mm-hmm. the same person that wrote the Bible is the same person that wrote the book of the devil. Mm-hmm. The same person that wrote the Bible is the same person that wrote the book of the devil.
So it's a book of the devil?
Yeah, there's a Bible for the devil.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Okay, so there's the Bible that talks about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But then he went and wrote a Bible about the devil. He wrote the Satan's book.
So that's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So they know
that. But isn't it interesting that in Egyptian lore they wrote the Book of the Dead and the Book of the Living? Because there's a good and an evil force. Mm-hmm. Well, Shakespeare did the same thing. Mm. He wrote the Book of the Bible and the Book of the Devil.
Wow.
He wrote both books.
Right. Now, we have someone that says 9 through 11 for the instructions on how to use the book.
What 9 through 11?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 9 and 11? Genesis 9 through 11?
Oh, he said the Bible has instructions. Isaiah 28, 9 through 11. Okay. I would definitely read that.
Scroll on down.
Okay. And he said 9 through 11 for the instructions on how to use the book.
See, we're not listening. I understand where y'all brothers are trying to get to, but I'm one person that's not going to do the hurdle. I have to stop y'all and say this, that in order for you to understand what the end of the book means, you got to start at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Not jump around as it makes you feel like you need to. You know, and like I said, I'm entertaining the Deuteronomy 28 and 15 and 68, but it was only because in my mind I said, I'm going to get them. And I'm just going to tell y'all right now, I was setting a trap. I was setting a trap. Because it doesn't matter. It's like a pastor. A pastor has an epiphany about something that goes on during the course of the week, and then, you know, gets this idea to write because some event has inspired them to write, and they retract back in their mind to go and find something in the Bible, and they do this. They play the dozens, so they flipping back and forth through the book, and whatever they land on is something they'll talk about.
Time for that.
Read the book from the front to the back. Now, once again, somebody asked me the question. I ain't got the answer yet. What you got?
Nothing on YouTube.
3 institutions.
Zachariah says, okay, what does Leviticus 13:30 say, sis? Okay, we'll read that. That's not how you use the Bible. Now, explain on that, Zachariah. What is not how you use the Bible? You use the Bible from front to back. Yeah. You first read the word. You got to read it. I mean, here is the contradictory, right? The word says, study to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. You are supposed to study the book. It's a book. So you're supposed to read it from A to Z. There's no reason why you would jump in the middle and hit P when you don't know what A to P is. You better say that. It's not orderly. And no matter what y'all tell me, what you're getting ready to tell me is not orderly itself. You're trying to justify what you have been doing when I'm instructing you to do what is right. Don't get mad at me because 1 + 1 is 2. Mm-hmm. Once again, 1 + 1 is, we're going to do this math. You going to get this work. Zachariah said it's a sealed book. It's a sealed book.
It's a sealed book.
It's a sealed book.
Come with it from the Bible. I'm not coming with it from the Bible. You didn't read it. Like, y'all miss me with that. I'm telling y'all. You go read it first and then come with it with me. And then we can walk together. But right now I'm ahead of you. I'm back here like, y'all come on. This is what I'm doing. Y'all come on. Y'all come on. You trying to battle what's in front of you. You not gonna do that. You're not going to do that, brother.
Read Isaiah 28:9. Then says, let's come from that book. Okay.
No, because now you're trying to get me in your ring and you in mine. I'm trying to get y'all to understand I only argue with my equals. What we talking about is the real enemy, and now one is being created. Do you see what I'm saying? How the enemy works? The enemy works through confusion. I hope y'all are paying attention to what's happening, because once again, this trap that's being set is being created by cause and effect, right? This is the perfect example of God, right? God presents you with order, but some foreseen energy has to come out the ass with inorder or destruction or chaos. It's not orderly to read the Bible all Willie Nelson like that. You read the book, how the same way you opened it is the same way you read it. Simple.
It's a book.
1 + 1 is 2. We don't. God is so simplistic and natural in everything God does. Anything that is not simplistic and natural is therefore complicated and chaotic.
Yeah.
Complicated and chaotic is something the enemy created, because the enemy is insane. The enemy really, really, really believes in its spirit, because the enemy does not possess a soul. A soul is a higher conscience, a higher state of consciousness. And the enemy does not have that.
No.
The enemy is hollow and full of spirits that can come in and out as they please. So they are insane in the mind, or as the word says, reprobate, right? When God takes his hands off something, then the mind does not function properly. Just like these same people that have instructed you to just flip past and do the dozens with the Bible, whatever hits your feelings, you land on that and go and preach on it. That's not how the book works. If you study to show yourself rightly, study to show yourself approved first, you don't get my approval. I have right to say you don't get the approval, because I have read the book. Because I know that I'm a child of God. In order for me to know that I'm a child of God, I had to prove to God that I believe and that I know everything that God does is right. And in order for me to be a real truth seeker, you have to study to show yourself approved. You don't just go randomly flipping through the Bible. Don't stop doing that. Open the book, verse 1, and move it on back to Revelations. And when you start to see, you'll start to see. And you'll start to see. And y'all feeling where I'm going with that? You'll start to see. It won't be with these. It will be with this. You will start to see who your enemy is. The enemy can be right in front of your face, but it's very invisible to you because you don't see. Right? You looking with these right now. But once you read that word, you'll start to see the enemy will start to appear, and it'll start to come in, like the picture will come in clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer, and you'll be like, damn, you was there the whole time. Damn, you were following me, nigga. You was all in my house, you was all in my children, you was all in the 3 institutions. Y'all still ain't answered that question. What you got?
Nothing.
Nobody said nothing?
Zachariah
said this is a waste of time, typical behavior of the uninformed. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, Mr. Zachariah. I wish you well, brother, and you can, do whatever you need to do with that. But there must be order first. If we gonna really get to the bottom of this, we're gonna have to cut out all this chaos. It's as simple as that. Read the book from front to end, then come talk. I'm not here to entertain anyone. I'm really not.
Nope.
I'm really not. I'm a universal mother. That's what my soul is. My soul and my blood is very, very ancient. It's taken me a long time to actually realize that. But now that I know who I am and where I come from, nobody gonna shake me, not even you, brother. I love you very much from the bottom of my soul. I love black men. Whew. I hate the word black. I have to get that out my soul.
Yeah.
And you see, I'm old
I
enough
start
to.
saying
I'm
Nubian
old enough
because
to Nubian.
Yes.
I'm old enough to
saying
admit
Nubian.
my fault. I'm very ancient. I know when I'm wrong, and I correct it though, because we have right to govern and judge. And I know that word is black is poison. That word black is very poison. But I love my Nubian brothers.
Do your own research.
I do. I love my Nubian brothers, boy.
Me
Mr.
too.
Zachariah, I bet you fine. You hard headed though. But I bet you fine. Oh, garbage. Okay, so y'all, 3 institutions that govern your mind, your body, and your soul.
Mm-hmm.
So
I tried. You said shut up.
I didn't say shut up. I did not say that. You said you shut me down. I didn't shut y'all down. But I will answer that for y'all.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to answer. One of the first institutions is your brain.
Okay.
The second institution is your temple.
I agree.
The third institution is your inner soul, your core.
I agree.
Right? Now, in Africa, they call it Maat.
M-O.
M-A-A-T. It is the balance that all 3 are one. That's what they consider the Trinity.
M-A-A-T?
M-A''A-T.
Okay.
Maat.
Maya.
Yeah, they call that the universal balance, right? That's African folklore. But that can also be proven in the physical realm, the mental realm, and the soul realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the physical realm, it is, y'all getting me? The educational system,
Yep.
that governs your mind. The hospitals, that governs your body. And the church, that governs your soul. You have heads. The head of the educational school system controls the minds of all. They control the mind of the masses, right? Who sits at the head of the educational system? Who sits at the head of the hospital system? And who sits at the head of the religious system? We all know who sits at the head of the religious system. That would be the Pope. And no matter what y'all say, with what religion you're in, excluding the Nation of Islam and Muslim and Buddhist and everything, anything belonging to the Christian sect is also the Catholic sect. The Catholics run Christianity. They are at the head. Hence the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin, Roman Catholic Church, Constantine, Pilate, all of them back in the day in the Bible, those were people that head the church. And that just trickled down, branched off into different denominations. If you Lutheran, you still Catholic. If you Kojic, you still Catholic. If you Baptist, you still Catholic. If you Jehovah's Witness, you still Catholic. If you Church of God in Christ, I said Kojic. If you Pentecostal, you still Catholic. If you Baptist, you still Catholic. Catholic is your parent church. They are your parent denomination. I mean, they're your parent denomination. So anyone that's in the Christian sect, the Pope is in charge of your church.
Preach. Teach.
I'm waiting.
That's true.
So like your school system. Who governs your school system? Who governs the hospitals? These people have been trying to kill you for thousands of years, making things to pull your uterus out, and Planned Parenthood and genocide and viruses and all kind of diseases,
AIDS,
and killing people who can heal cancer and AIDS and things of that nature. We say it's the pharmaceutical companies, but who do the pharmaceutical companies go to get their money? The hospitals. And then the hospitals created something called hospice to gently nudge you into dying. Go ahead and die early. Don't we understand? We know you living of an old age, but we just want to give you these pills that'll make you feel better, because they know they just trying to push you on out. They're trying to push you on out. So we have to really, really look at who is our real enemy. Is it really yourself, or is it really the people that are in charge of the 3 heads of who you are? Your mind, your body, and your soul have to be governed. Who's governing them? You? Or would it be the educational system, the hospitals, and the church? If you are a part of any three of those things, then that means you are not in charge of yourself.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
I know we talk about this all the time. I'm saying it to myself too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it to myself too. I'm not above reproach. I'm reproaching my damn self. Because I got children in school system right now.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I got children that go to school, they get on the bus, and they learn these lies all day, every day. And people telling them what they feel like telling them. Ain't no telling what they telling them. If I ask them what they telling them, they gonna tell me a lie. And then they got it where you have to go to the office to get a badge to get permission to go back there and sit with the class. That means they're gonna let them know ahead of time. Straighten up and act right. Whatever you thought you were saying to them children before, you can't say to them now because the parents is getting ready to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So now, so you can't get the honest truth of how the teacher. It used to be,
walk up in the mother.
Bust up in the mother. You remember that?
Something.
My mama would just show up like magic. She just pop in, poop.
Uh-huh.
You was there the whole time. Shut up. I heard you back here. You wasn't saying nothing. You ain't talking. You ain't raised your hand.
No,
she gonna answer the question.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
My mom used to peep in the
little window thing.
I'm like, and then she just bust up in them. Then don't say excuse me or nothing.
Yeah, why?
You ain't got to be knocking on the door to go in there.
It's your child. It's your child. That's another thing. Parent, guardian. Who owns your child? Your child is awarded to the state.
That is.
Your child is awarded to the state the moment they got that birth certificate. I remember on my birth certificate, my mama name is on a line underneath her name. It say informant.
She's an informant.
She's an informant. On my birth certificate, it says that. She's an informant. Y'all, who is your real enemy?
Who is it?
Who is your real enemy, right?
You teaching that girl.
I hear people all the time say conspiracy theories. Oh, here you are with these conspiracy theories. Oh, enemy. It's so breathtaking and relieving to know who your enemy is because you know their tactics. And I'm at a point in my life where when things happen, when turn of events happen, they'll disgust me, but they don't traumatize me anymore because I know who the enemy is. And when I just want us all to get to this point in our lives where we know our enemy so much so that this phenomena happened. I want to shake that phenomena. If you've ever read the Willie Lynch letter, it says that what they did to us can be proven to work on autopilot for how many years?
1,000. It says 400, but keep on doing it. It can work.
It can work even longer.
And it's still to this day.
And it's because of our thought process. We keep allowing Western teaching to infiltrate us somehow, some form of way. We eliminate something. The Western European or the enemy have put something else in our mind, and they doing it to their casualties too. We have a scroll that down. We have different whites, different that also say extra stuff. They've been taught the same thing. I have some white associates, and they go to the same school I went to. They learned the same thing I learned. So basically, they own people lying to them too.
Yeah.
So they caught in the crossfire. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every white person is the same, but I kind of am at the same time. Because it's just like when Muhammad Ali said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said he can be in a room with a million snakes and 10,000 of them want to help him. What he supposed to do? He's supposed to stay. He said, what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to stay in there and trust that the 10,000 gonna take care of me? Hell no, I'm out.
Pew.
He ain't trying to. What we supposed to do? Why should I feel bad that all these people do is kill, steal, and destroy?
Yeah.
They ain't create nothing.
They have never created.
They ain't and you notice that? I just found out that Ford didn't really make the cars. It was the brother that. It was like we hearing this over and over again. More and more other things are coming to light.
Oh yeah, they take everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything. we created, they take the patent.
They take the
And
patent.
take the Carlton.
Yeah, the Carlton. That was the recent one.
But it's called the Carlton dance.
It's called the Carlton.
So
I'm just math. 1 + 1 is 2, y'all.
how you not gonna just
We need to do this math. I mean, this math need to sit at the top of the. When you open your eyes, you need to say to yourself, 1 + 1 is 2. It's right. That's right. That's right there. 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah. And then start your day, because maybe if you grasp the fact that 1 + 1 is 2, and no matter how somebody tries to slice and dice that thing or convince you otherwise, keep that math ahead of yourself so you can calculate your enemy's moves.
got to calculate it.
I mean, it's called the calculator. It's called the Carlton for a reason, because Carlton created it, and now he's trying to get his credit, and everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Fortnite, to be exact.
Of course.
Fortnite stole the Carlton dance move, put it in their video, and now they don't want to pay Carlton for the Carlton dance. Where's that math?
That is the most disturbing, crazy, psychotic, crazy stuff I ever heard.
Where's that math? Where's that math? I'm missing it. I'm missing it.
I'm missing it.
Yeah, I am. So the important thing is to basically study your enemy. If you know who your enemy is, we won't have these problems.
That is correct.
Hospitals.
Not saying don't go to the hospital, but don't, just go if you need to go.
You go if you need to go.
But don't
if you
take the
absolutely
pills.
need to go. But I'm tell you,
I wouldn't take the pill.
from experience, I've seen with my own eyes and know people that have been to the hospital for a simple headache and come back out with cancer. And 3 weeks, I'm talking about they was fine. They just had a headache. And then go in.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks later, they losing their hair. They on Pediasure. They losing weight.
Mm-hmm. They took
They
the chemo.
dying. Because, they convinced them to take the chemo. They going through all of this stuff. Coming to find out, these people didn't have cancer at all. When you go back and listen to the family stories, you listen to the man that slept with them, they for 45 years, or the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the sisters and the brothers and the children, kind of find out these people were healthy as an ox. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you understand. You went into that institution and these people was trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm. That's your enemy.
Let's put that math together. Now, if they ain't trying to kill you, then why are 83,000 African American women still missing and don't nobody know where they at?
That's a whole other topic.
No, it's not. It's the same one. It's the same one. These people are missing for what? Because it's called organ trafficking.
That's it.
You have the Supreme... I know my mind is going 1,000 times a minute. They just came out. Look at... I forget what the... Riza Islam?
Yeah.
Riza Islam was talking about this new thing that they're doing. White people, right? It's called ambrosia. Ambrosia is basically child blood that they drink or inject into their bodies. And it literally is the new fountain of youth, y'all. It's the fountain of youth.
Black babies.
Oh, but wait. That's the answer to the equation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's do the math.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the fountain of youth is through young children's blood and white blood is genetically inferior,
Mm-hmm.
why would I go buy inferior blood when I can buy superior blood?
Mm-hmm. That's stupid.
That's math. That's just like saying, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get spoiled milk. I'm going to go get spoiled milk because,
That's just like crazy.
That's just better on cereal. No, it's not. You prefer fresh milk. You prefer milk that is, in fact, me personally, because I like the good shit, I would rather buy the best brand of milk there is possible if I drunk milk.
Mm-hmm.
I would want the best meat if it was possible because I like the best stuff. I know that it's like no GMOs, no antibiotics, no, you know what I mean? It's naturally fed, things of that nature. I'm not going to go buy the crap when I know I can get the good stuff. That's
right.
math.
That's math.
That's math.
That's common sense.
Okay, so if they drinking blood or injecting their bodies with blood, then I'm just saying, wouldn't they get the good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
After all, they do have a -0 repopulation rate.
That's true.
That's math.
That's facts.
Now I didn't make that. God did that. Now ain't that something? Let's pause and do this little commercial, right? Now I'm so over here minding my business, God. All of a sudden, these people can't have children no more. I didn't do that.
That's true.
I didn't do that.
They got to stop.
So who really has a curse on them?
Hmm.
Who is really cursed? Who is really a child of God? Let's just do this math. Let's do this math. There's a people in the world that can't go outside because the sun, the very thing that gives everybody else life, is killing them.
On arrival.
That's math. These very people can't drink water because it over oxidizes their internal system.
They're not humans.
But water is the source of, we were born in water. Didn't that? And Erica Badu said that. I'm like, I was born underwater.
Okay.
With $3.06. If y'all don't understand what that means, 360 degrees.
Exactly.
That means you went a full cycle in your womb. See, I'm getting too deep for y'all.
Wait a minute.
Getting too deep
Wait
for y'all.
a minute.
Getting them a roll it thing on back. Roll that beautiful bean footage on back. Water. They can't even drink water, y'all. Water over oxidizes them. They can't sit out in the sun. The sun gives them skin cancer, and they can't breathe the air because, again, air has oxygen. Why you think they destroying everything? And that's another part of math. Who is your real enemy? The real enemy will be somebody that can't do what you do, can't create what you create,
right?
Has to torment you on every hand. If you look up the word Satan or demon, it means one who tortures with a fierce passion. One who tortures with a fierce passion.
Torture.
Fierce.
Passion.
With a fierce passion, y'all. That's
right.
deep.
That's deep.
That means they love it. Yes. Yes. To see you stripped and castrated. To see me chop off your penis and toss it over to the side. Oh, I wanted to do that again. I'm just going to grab it and put it on the mantle. I want to rip your children straight out of your womb. It just gives me great pleasure. I get so turned on to see you afflicted. That's demonic.
That's demonic.
Somebody who loves to watch you suffer.
Love it.
That's your enemy. And yet these people also taught you to believe that they are the most pure, kind.
Oh, we're the nicest.
Honest.
We there for you.
Trustworthy. They're there to support you.
We make all these laws for you.
We're doing it for the common good. Why? Oh, read your dictionary and look up the word white. It means pure, honest, trustworthy, the keepers of all. You can believe them. They're honorable, without spot or blemish.
Pure,
angelic. But that's what black means, right? No, that's not what black means. Black means, and this is what you call yourselves. I don't call myself black. I don't. And I'm working on getting rid of that out of my soul. I do not want to use the word black as it refers to us as a people, because that means that I'm admitting that my sister Sakia is evil, untrustworthy, wretched, demonic, with spot or blemish.
That's true. That's what it's like.
Suspect, not to be trusted,
unworthy,
deceitful, conniving, underhanded. That's a whole list. That list goes on. All of these synonyms that attach themselves to the word black, but you call yourself black. Now, why is that? You don't want to let it go in your soul, then you will forever be tagged with that name black. And people can do what they want to do to you because you've attached your name to that word. You cool with being black and you know what it means. And then I get people who just irks the crap out of me when they give me these fake ass excuses as to why they still want to hold on to that. Well, you know, the dictionary has changed over the years and that. Well, I got something for that too, bruh. Let's go to the original dictionary. It's called the Random House Unabridged Dictionary, and look up the very first time a word was termed. That word black is still the same. It has and has not changed.
Didn't change.
It has not. The hell is going on?
It's called a beatdown.
Didn't you tell them to be quiet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But who is the real enemy? Is it you? Are you contributing to these people helping to destroy us? Because I'm here to tell you again, I'm here to shake this phenomenon and get this going on. Willie Lynch said that this tact that he's given us, making us hate one another and put us against one another, old against young and light skin against dark skin and man against woman. Mm-hmm. This mess has gotten into a frenzy and out of hand. We got more black women. I say black because that's what y'all call yourselves. More black women. That's why I throw the quotes up there. More black women are attacking men, and that is just disgusting all by itself. These men haters, these black female liberists feel like they need to tear down every man, and now there's this term called toxic masculinity. What the hell is that? What is toxic masculinity, and why do women support that? What makes a man toxic? Tariq Nasheed, he's
a good speaker.
About a few years ago, he read an article about this brother in New York who was on the bus, and he came and sat down. He was just riding, and another woman came and she went to the bus driver and told the bus driver that he should be put off the bus because he was caught manspreading. Manspreading is basically what men do, right? You got nuts and a penis in between both of your legs.
Wait a minute.
So when you sit down, you of course can't put your legs together because you got something in there, right? But it's called manspreading now, and it's hence illegal somehow for your damn legs to be open, because the majority of Greeks and Romans and shit got small penises and small nuts, and they can cross their legs like females. But our big, grown, Nubian, sexy brothers, they can't do that. And why would I want them to? I'm a woman.
Why would you?
I would never want to see a man with his legs together, with his hands crossed. Like it's like they're purposely
emasculating.
This is the enemy's tricks.
Yeah.
Look at these little bitty piece of tricks that they keep throwing in your way to divert attention. They're diverting the attention. And they getting the pit bull black women. These black women are not even women anymore. They females. They females that have just been reduced, right, to pit bulls. And every time they turn around, if white men say, "Go get them, girl," that's all you hear. R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
They bark at everything that white people throw at them.
They don't
Here,
recognize.
girl, go get them, girl. Everything. Girl, I get so bothered by that, to see our black women run to the damn challenger. Every time you turn around, it's always something. They're always attacking a black man on every hand.
Oh yeah.
That's a tactic of the enemy. Back to chess, right? So you got chess, right? And the end of the game is to take the nature of the game is to take the king, right? But in order for you to take the king, you got to go through the queen.
You got to go through the queen.
You got to go through the queen. So I assume that Willie Lynch knew that, because he said, if you get the woman, then you get the child.
Yep.
Then you surely take down the whole kingdom when you get the woman, right? Another tactic of the enemy, right? So we have to learn who our enemy is. If you don't know who your enemy is through and through, because some of us know, we got an idea, it's the white man always trying to do this, always trying to do that.
That's just an idea.
I'm not. If y'all thought I was talking about the white man, y'all totally misconstrued me. No, I'm not talking about the white man. I'm talking about Satan himself. I'm talking about Satan and who Satan uses, right? Because Satan can use black people too.
Coons.
In fact, they have.
Coons.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time you turn around, look at
The black woman. I mean, the Nubian queens.
Look at goofy ass.
No.
Goofy ass boxer dude. Goofy ass.
Mayweather.
But that nigga right there. That's a nigga for real. That's a roach to me. There's niggas, roaches, and flies I despise. Ain't that the term? Niggas, roaches, and flies I despise. Why? Because he's a low-level male. He is not a Nubian brother. Why? He has given his soul over, and now he possesses spirits. And these spirits is talking much low vibration shit. If he can say, every time we decide to band together and say, no, we're going to stand up for ourselves and do this. Here come old coon ass Gladys Knight. Well, I'm going to sing for the Super Bowl.
But you're right.
That's what we're doing.
That is so true.
I wouldn't care if R. Kelly did it. I believe he did. But you got the Pope is at the head of the churches. His sole responsibility is for the souls of billions of people. And we up here talking about R. Kelly?
Where they do that at?
Y'all not doing this math right now? What's going on? Ain't no math being presented. Why are we talking about R. Kelly? Because the enemy is out for R. Kelly's money. The enemy don't care about R. Kelly. He wants R. Kelly's money. He wants R. Kelly's legacy. Because when he takes down R. Kelly, it's still a martyr for the rest of us. He has stripped Bill Cosby like he would take off their clothes back in slavery. And then you put them against the tree. And then you whip them. Then after you whip them, you set them on fire. Or send them off to prison. Or kill them. That's exactly what this is. This is modern day slavery, right? This shit ain't changed. It's always been the same, and it's not gonna change. Why? Because Satan does the same thing, uses the same tactics. We just keep falling for the shit because we like turning up and we like dancing and we like being ignorant. We don't mind.
We don't get that knowledge.
No, we think some unforeseen guy gonna come back on a cloud and save our souls and help us and shit. When God gave us pure knowledge and wisdom to fight.
You did.
But if y'all read the Bible, y'all would have known that.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying. If you would have read the word from front to end, you would have got that power. You would have got that transmission of who you really are. You speak those things that are not as though they were. Not just because you read that one little tiny scripture that says speak those things that are not as though they were. You would have manifested it in your soul because you've read the book in an orderly fashion from front to end. You saw what happened at the beginning. You went through it. You went through the turmoil. You lived through it. You done got up. You walked away from the book. You worked your day. You've manifested it. You've thought about it. You've contemplated. You went and prayed about it. You came back and you read some more and you read. And it might have taken you a year. I know it took me a year and a half to read it the first time. But you lived it. You lived that word. And then you go back and you read it. You get to the end and you pray about it. You think about it. Give yourself some time to breathe and really manifest it and let it absorb into you. And then you go back because you got new questions. You got new thoughts. You got new ideas as to the Bible and what happened and how you read it. And you go back and you talk to God some more. You go back in that book. And the more you read it, the more you understand who your enemy becomes clearer, gets more clearer into focus. We don't know who our enemy is. And that shit is so sickening to me. That for us as God's chosen people,
we are.
For us not to know who our enemy is.
That's crazy.
If you don't know who your enemy is, then you on the wrong side.
Carrie said we got to change. We got to change. That's right. Carrie also said we need to stop praying for our enemy. We need to stop forgiving them. We need to curse them biblically.
We need to curse.
High five. She was trying to give my hand.
High five, Carrie. High five me for Carrie. High five me for Carrie.
High five, Carrie.
Man, you said that. Yes, ma'am.
We need to stop praying for our enemy. We need to stop forgiving them. We need to curse them biblically.
I had this conversation with my mom. Now, my mom is like most moms. They come up in the church and they're accustomed to a certain process or a school of thought.
The Roman.
So when I said that to them, it was almost as if her heart fell in her shoe. No, you're supposed to love your enemies and forgive them and treat them this, that, and the other way. And that's the Bible, what the Bible say. Look, when you've read the Bible like I read the Bible, you know what God said and what God did say. You know what God said and what Shakespeare said. Because keep in mind, I did say that Shakespeare wrote the Bible. So they have every right to add to it and take from it. Because the word also says that. Don't add to it and take from it. But the word has been added to and taken from and raped and stripped and tripped out, switched out and tricked out and upgraded and downgraded and upplayed and downplayed. All throughout that Bible. It's a whole book that looks exactly like another book. I'm talking about you can turn the pages like this. And all of the same words and scriptures are the same. But you would not know that if you didn't read the book. You wouldn't know that. Everything verbatim. Everything verbatim. It's about 6 to 10 pages that are exactly the same. I'm like, damn, wait a minute. It's the same. You're reading down the line. Yes, we should curse our enemies. Are you serious? Does anybody know who David is?
He cursed him.
David is the biggest gangster in the Bible.
Gangster.
This fool was a fool. One of my favorite ones in the book. I'm talking about he was straight up OG. He was a OG for real. He'd be like, God, I want that land over there. What we doing? God be like, you shall surely overtake it. Let go. Get that up, partner. Get that up. He be like, fuck you and your God. Oh, what? Kill him. Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them all. That's David. David was a straight up gangster. He spoke it and it was. He cursed his enemies. He ain't playing no games. Why? Because if he knew. Was David not the most favorite of God? God said that David was his favorite. Why? Because David was straight up OG. triple OG. From the beginning from the rooter to the tutor.
From rooter to the tutor.
He was the original gangster. Y'all talk about these vice lords and
gangster.
Crips and that was it. But I ain't gonna even lie. Like when the GDs they would wear the Star of David, I didn't understand that back then. But read that book, I completely understand why the Star of David would be your emblem. Because David, gangster to the heart. He spoke those things that are not as though they were because they were in his soul.
In his soul.
He knew who God was, and he knew that nobody could underestimate him or withstand him or tear him down because he had God behind his side, and he knew who his enemy was. Now, did he become his own enemy? Absolutely.
Of course.
He became his own enemy, but he wasn't his worst enemy. His worst enemy was Satan. And we got to start remembering that every time my sister comes to me, like, I'm going to use you, brother. This did happen to me, so it wasn't just you. Mrs. Zachariah.
Why are we still on?
Because it's a perfect example.
It is.
It's the perfect example.
It is.
I said God is perfect in all of your life lessons. You can always use it. I learned from a bird. I learned from a frog. I can learn from hell, even a roach. If it shows its face, it's going to die. It's gonna die because it's only here to kill, steal, and destroy whatever I have in my house. So I'm just saying. You're not like a spider. A spider just, it's there by mishap.
I was gonna say breeze. Spider just breeze through.
A spider it's just minding its own business. It just wants to be. It ain't bothering nobody. In fact, it's up in them.
It ain't trying to come down.
It ain't trying to come down. It ain't trying to bother you. It don't want nothing you got.
The roaches trying to take over.
You kind of usher a spider out back into the street. You like, here, like trap it and put it back outside. That's what I would do. I would actually take my time and do that. I'm not gonna kill no animal that's I'm not gonna do that. A roach is completely different. A roach is completely different. A roach is like niggas. Nobody asked you to try to steal from me, nigga. Nobody said that. I don't know what you was thinking. You might have some shit going on in your life that you require to steal from somebody. You shouldn't. You should totally find another way to make your money.
Of course.
You really should. Because I know
don't
people...
Don't be no thief.
I know people that don't have...
thief or kill.
And they find ways to get, but you ain't got to rob from nobody because you robbing from somebody else. You don't understand that that's your karma. Or that's your reaping and sowing, however you want to put that thing. It's going to come back on you. And if it don't come back on you, God got bigger jokes. God got jokes you don't understand. That shit will fall on your children.
Show will.
Yo damn curse will fall on your own
Yes,
children,
it will.
and you don't even realize it. But most men, let me retract that. I was getting ready to say something nasty. I'm just gonna say this: a lot of men don't care. They're Rolling Stones. They'll leave. So that shit will still befall on their children, and will lose sight of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what's happening with the women now. There's so many women that's them raised young boys, and we don't have a blueprint to what a real man is like. So how can we raise young boys to be men when we already can't raise boys to be men anyway? I'm not a man.
That's true.
I'm not a man. I can't raise a boy to be a man. I can't. I had a blueprint because I had a good father.
Mm-hmm.
My father was freaking awesome. I didn't realize until I was older that he did some shit that maybe me as an adult wouldn't have agreed to. But to me as a child, can't nobody shake my faith in my father.
Of course.
Right? He was the best father in the world. Mm-hmm. Still to this very day. He dead and gone, but he still to this day is my father. Mm-hmm. And nobody is above him, right?
Yeah,
except for the Most High, right? So with that being said, I had a blueprint that I left to my oldest son. Mm-hmm. And from there, I was able to raise my oldest son. I'm proud of my oldest son because my son is very masculine. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. But I will say this, if a woman grows up in the house without a blueprint to what a real man is, not a male, there's a big ass damn difference between being a male and being a man. Mm-hmm. Big difference. That's like the equivalent of
very big difference.
It's a difference between intelligence and education. A big difference. Just because you got 4 degrees and you got a PhD in this and a doctorate in that, don't mean you intelligent, not even a little bit. I know some very educated people that's dumb as a box of rocks. But because they follow the word or they follow the teachings or they follow the programming, it makes them highly educated. Street smarts and book smarts is 2 different things. Street smarts is considered common sense. We need to know who our enemy is and how our enemy uses these tricks and what these tricks are. So what I want to do is, what you reading?
Oh. I was reading ROI Bible.
Roy Boy.
Yeah, Roy Boy. He said, "You are full of bull. You don't call me out." Oh, he's on face. Oh. He's on.
Who called you out, Roy? Nobody called you out. What they had said?
Oh, I guess he's on YouTube.
Oh, what'd he say? He said, "Don't call him out."
I wish I had my phone lines.
Who's
on.
Roy Boy? Is it Zachariah?
Yeah, Israel.
It's the same person?
Same person, yeah.
Oh.
We didn't know that you was the same person.
Oh. See, that's what I mean about pride. That gotta go. That gotta go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I throw myself under the bus all the time. Why? Because I'm not above reproach either. Don't sit here and get upset. Use the one that started the shit. You all on my program talking about what I'm saying is garbage. Nobody asked you. You know what I'm saying? But even if I did ask you, I welcome it. I welcome your opinion, whether it be negative or positive. So you threw yourself out there. Don't get upset.
Oh yeah, don't get upset.
Don't get upset.
No. We gonna work it out. I'm gonna have.
I go off on my brother, my sister, my uncles, my cousin. I'm still gonna ask you for a piece of your bread, and you better give me some because you my brother and I love you. I don't care about your attitude. I'm still gonna come and ask for some juice. Can I get some juice? If you tell me hell no, then that's something you gotta deal with.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you what I feel, and that's what it is. Tell me what you feel. But to say I called you out, we family on there. Ain't nobody trying to put you on a platform and embarrass you on purpose.
No.
I'm reading what you said. You said this is a waste of time. Typical behavior of the uninformed. Do I look uninformed to you? You know damn well I'm not uninformed. I simply said, read your Bible from the front to the back. Is that wrong? No, that's math. Don't get upset, Tito. Now, what I'd like to do is make a list of little tactics that the enemy does do, things that you know. And maybe you should question yourselves every day. I had to. After I read that Bible, that's one of the things that I did. Okay, who is my enemy? Who is my enemy? All throughout the Bible will say, and Satan, and the enemy, and the devil, and Satan, and the enemy, and the devil. And we know that Satan and the enemy and the devil, are they one and the same? Are they 3 different people? Or, how does Satan use persons? Is when it says that Satan used this person, Satan caused this person to do this, and the enemy did that, and the devil went up on high and tried to get Jesus to throw himself over and all of this whole crazy mess. Okay, well, let's ask ourselves, if this enemy was there when Jesus was alive, if there was a Jesus, then where is he now? And what is Satan doing now? Do we ever question that? Do we ever question that? We just go with what Pastor such and such that thus and so say.
Such and such though.
We wait to hear about Satan on Sunday, but we don't know Satan exists Monday through Saturday. I mean, let's really, really do some math. We have to learn who our enemy is so that we know who we are in the end.
That's true.
If we don't know who we are, how we gonna change? How is this phenomenon going to happen?
It's paradigm shift.
Like they say in the Willie Lynch letter, it's on autopilot. It's on autopilot. They guaranteed to hate each other. Trust me. If you use this tactic, they gonna be on autopilot, kicking and fighting and fussing and screaming, and they gonna be against each other all the time, unless for some unforeseen phenomenon happens that changes the course of time or changes their thought process. The change of the thought process.
You have to go back to the
starts
Torah.
with us.
You got to go back to the Torah and read Genesis all the way down until, I guess, Leviticus. Even past that.
It's Deuteronomy. It's 5 books.
Yeah, 5 books.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And the 5 books. Those are called the Torah. The first 5 of the Bible were the Bible, plus some other stuff, right? Then they came and they took some of those things, some of those books out and added to it. This whole New Testament, this whole New Testament is about this whole new nigga that don't nobody know about. This whole new damn shit. And ain't no history, ain't no depictions. You can track Moses, right? You can track Solomon.
Abraham.
You can track Abraham. You can track them all the way back. They actually have a record. But ain't no record of Jesus nowhere. Hell, ain't even no record of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. ain't no the disciples. Ain't no record of them. And there's no record of them. There's a record of Pilate. There's a record of Julius Caesar. There's a record of them. But this is what I mean. It's the Sanhedrin. They orchestrated the New Testament because they wanted someone to take the place of God. And y'all have. And when the last time I went to a church and somebody told me that Jesus was God, I was all through. I said, oh, so now Jesus is God. Even though Jesus in the book said to himself,
he's the Son of God.
He said he was the Son of the Father. Now, if the man said it himself, then why are we trying to make something new? Why are we creating a middleman? If God is perfect through and through, like I said in the beginning, then why in the world would I trust anybody to come in between me and my Father? I don't need my sister to go talk to my daddy. I don't have to ask nobody for permission.
Through God. I mean, go through Jesus, talk to God. That's true. You go straight to God.
Where did they do that at? That's my daddy. Dad. Dad.
Come on, fix this right here.
Yeah, let me holler at you for a minute. I need something. Excuse, sir, you and your dressing finger waves. Go do something. Go get your pinky and your tea, and you go sip something over there in that corner over there. Go do something else. I'm talking to my daddy. Me and my daddy, we having a conversation. And there's nobody on earth that's going to be able to come between me and my Father, because I know my Father, but I also know my enemy. And if you've allowed anybody to come in between you and your Father, then you need some soul searching.
What? Get that out you.
This ain't alcohol.
No. That's straight water. All the coffee you did.
What you trying to take it for?
Because I want you to drop it in your neck right there. I was like, let me get
you
that.
You were so paranoid looking at your face.
I don't want no.
You was like,
let me get that. I'm just nervous. Ooh, not on my shift.
not on my time. I can just tell. I can just feel. I can just feel Asiatic bubbling. He saw me with that water. My bad.
Like, ooh.
My bad, brother. It was hot and upset. Ain't nobody talking to me today, huh? I must be doing my job.
Yes.
Because the truth do hurt.
Yeah, they gonna come back. They gonna replay it.
It bites you in the ass. It really does. But I'm just telling you.
I ain't talking about ain't nobody.
I'm okay with that. I'm not above reproach. I completely understand that.
I'm sorry, y'all, that my phone line is down. You all couldn't call in, but
damn, I wish they could have. That would have been fun.
It would have been awesome.
That would have been fun. Who else said something? Somebody said something?
Nope.
I know somebody mad. I know there's a lot of people that's mad.
Roy, that was the only one.
It's a lot of people that's mad, but it's okay. It's okay.
But look, we're going to do this. Next, we've been on here. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. Hour and 30 minutes. Part 2. Who is the real enemy to part 2 next Sunday?
Who is the real enemy?
And I promise you, I'm going to learn this whole week in case my husband, have to leave again. Inshallah, he won't. But I'm going to learn how to work it. So we had no problem.
And we'll have some callers. Y'all can call in and talk to me. There's no problems talking. I know that talk to me. I say talk to me because I know they want to go off. They want to cuss me out. It's cool. It's cool.
No, it's gonna be a good dialogue. It's none of that. We
You know how we are.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Is my point. I don't mind it. I'm ready for it. I've been
dialogue?
Prepared for it. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Because the bottom line is, I have such a profound respect for my people. I love us, and I know who we are, and I know where we come from, and I know we chosen.
Ooh,
and when
girl,
my blood is so ancient that I see us. I see us. I don't see us. I see us. And I love every last one of us because I know that our blood are in sync. Our blood are related. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at us and I see the craziness that's going on, the things that we do and how we mistake our superhumanness, we shove it down inside and we replace it with this subhuman person of us. We've lowered ourselves. We've lowered our standards.
Ooh. Because
we've been around these enemies, these demons for so long that we've become like them.
Yeah.
And it's just like Minister Louis Farrakhan said, we got to remove ourselves out of from around them in order for us to go and have some peaceful retreat and meditation. Now, on another hand, I
ain't going.
I know the enemy enough to know that enough of us in one damn place.
I'm not going.
Yeah, it's a bomb. They gonna drop that motherfucker real fast. It's too many of us.
Let
the smart ones too. Let us be real. I mean, because only the smart ones of us know that we not supposed to be around the enemy.
Of course.
And so the smart ones of us are gonna want to move. And when we all decide to move into this one set location, where it's going to be North Dakota, Iowa, Ohio.
That's too cold. I ain't going.
Wherever they decide to go, it's going to be some problems.
Look at the black market. I mean, let the history repeats itself.
Yeah, history repeats itself.
So look at the black market.
You talking about the Oklahoma bombing?
No, I'm not. No.
Yeah.
You notice they don't mess with the Moorish people, the Amish.
Amish people.
They go and
they
settle.
White.
Yeah.
They white. And again, let's just do that math. Everywhere we go in the world, we're tormented. If you don't know by now, you chosen. I don't know what the hell to tell you. Because that math has been there. It has never left. 1 + 1 is always 2. It ain't going to change no matter where you go or how old you get. You can die and move on, but you better teach your children that 1 + 1 is 2.
That's
and
right.
Stop trying to make that shit 3 and 5. You know what I'm saying? We going to slip sexuality right on in there with that shit. Homosexuality is
wrong.
Not math. That's not correct math. I'm just sorry. It's not correct. I'm not sorry. It's something I just said. I retract that. Forgive me, God.
It's not math.
I'm not sorry. That's not math. It's not math.
1 + 1 is 2.
Anything I said this in the beginning. Anything that's complicated is not of God. Because God is simple and natural. You see, everything that belongs to God is simple and natural. Even your blessings, right? If anybody has ever been blessed by God, they know that everything moves smoothly.
You sure do.
When God opens a door,
It's-
you just walk right on in that mug.
Bust up in them.
No man can close it. No man can open it. God just gave you the pass. I mean, it don't matter what you
Smooth.
did. You thought you didn't have that job, but somehow your application was perfect. You didn't write it. Somehow you got to the job. You didn't have a car. Somehow you was able to meet with the boss. The boss was supposed to have been out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just stuff happens. That's God. When God allows you to walk through them doors, that's how you know that's God.
But when you gotta go through all the rigmarole just trying to get a child,
Yeah.
and then your child, you a man, your child sucking your breast for milk.
Lord Jesus, you saw that? That shit put me up.
How you gonna
did.
produce milk?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's one thing after another, and that's what I mean about the
You got to
complications
know
of
who
Satan.
your enemy is.
Yes. The enemy is the enemy through and through. He gonna create all kind of complex shit, and for some reason we try to justify it. It's like we feel bad for them somehow, even though they're torturous. What's that? I forget what that term is when you fall in love with your abuser. It's a term for that. It's psychotic, but it does happen. Like someone rapes you and keeps you harbored in
And
your
you fall
house,
in love.
and you end up falling in love with that person, so that when it finally comes time for the police to kick down the door and
you're like, no,
arrest that
I'm
person,
good.
no, don't hurt him. No, don't hurt him. This is what black people have done for hundreds of years to their demons, to their enemies. We real quick to jump behind them. Well, I got white people in my family, and I can't be talking. I got gay people in my family, and I can't be talking in it. But y'all, it's like a smoker, right? You smoke cigarettes. I don't. Why the hell you fucking up my oxygen? That's math.
Yeah.
We were both breathing, right? Here go the math. This is 1 + 1 is 2, right? We were both breathing the same air. You was cool with it, and I was cool with it. And something happened where you decided to go get some shit from over here and put it in your lungs, but you brought it back over here around my damn oxygen. But I'm wrong for telling you to move. Now, if that ain't the enemy, I don't know what is. We're going to pick this up next week.
We sure is. Part 2.
Who is the real enemy? Who is the real enemy? If the real enemy is you, then you need to rethink that thing.
You have to.
You need to rethink that thing. Really, y'all meditate on this. Just research what I said. Research what I said. Look, I mean, maybe you might want to pick up that Bible and read it from front to back.
I'm going to do a chapter. I'm going to commit myself to just do a chapter a night. I'm not saying a night, but in the day, in the morning.
But that shit is a page turner, though. I'm telling you, you probably run through it. Let me go back, because it's a couple of books in there that's just so damn long.
Oh, really? One chapter?
You ain't gonna finish no whole. Oh, a chapter, yeah. You ain't gonna
do a
chapter a night. Okay, but there's some books in there that's just long as hell, and it's gonna be about 6 months. Before you get through it. But get through it and absorb it.
Yeah.
Absorb it. Read it, absorb it.
And that's discipline. That's really discipline. You have to discipline yourself to do something like that.
I'm gonna tell y'all at the end, I'm gonna tell y'all this next week, but at the end, when I first finished reading the Bible, whoo,
you're a brand new person.
And
put some fast in that too.
Power.
Woo.
It was some power that flowed through my veins. I never knew I was even capable. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't nowhere near the power that I was at when I was in that state of mind. That right there I remember what it felt like to be that powerful. That's some power for real. When you read that book, it gives you, I'm not talking about magic, levitation, you can lift and down. No, I'm talking about power to see the enemy flat on. You can see the enemy through the enemy. I'm talking serious. But also your mind, your body, and your soul has to be intact. I was exercising at that time. I was working out. Very, very, very that's like I'm not a vegetarian but a pescatarian. So I was just eating fish and mostly vegetables and exercising every day and reading.
Did you have children
meditating?
at that time?
I had all I had all 4 of my children.
So they were pescatarian too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I was in a bad place transitioning into a good place. So it was a lot of things that was going on, but I was heavily into the church. Heavily into the church. But I went on this fast, so it was 45 days. And y'all know 4 + 5 is 9. So this is the number of transformation. So 40.
God gave you that?
40, no.
Oh, your church was doing it?
Yeah, the church.
Okay.
The church was doing a 45-day fast. But I went and took something else. Because our pastor said to us, pay no attention to the people around you. Mm-hmm. Get a relationship with God, just you.
Of course.
Don't worry about nobody else and ask God questions. Who are you? What do you mean? What do you mean you can't ask God? Is he not your father? You can ask him any question you want to ask. Mm-hmm. Stop letting people say, don't question God. What you mean? If I can question my dad, why can't I go to the party? Or Dad, why can't I eat that chicken? Mm-hmm. He might tell you because I said so, but what kind of parent would say that? A parent that doesn't really have the answer, other than they just really don't want you to do it. Then you got to question their parenting. Because a parent will really, really let you know why you can't have something so that you pass that knowledge down to your children. Ain't no just because I said so, no. But you ask God whatever you want to ask God because God is your father. I'm just confused. If you can't ask questions from your parents, who you gonna trust?
Who are you going to trust?
Okay, so get a relationship with God, just you and God. Don't worry about nobody else. And ask God, if you really want to know the truth, ask God to show you the truth. You'll start seeing people you ain't never seen before, presenting you with things that you already know God done already told you. He just sends people to confirm it.
That's true.
You'll start seeing this pattern of enlightenment. God is going to give you the truth because you asked for it, but you got to know what you want. Because with knowledge comes loneliness. Like people on here saying I'm garbage and I'm bullshit and stuff. I'm so okay with that. I'm so cool with that now.
Exactly.
I'm okay with being lonely because I know that there's millions of other chosen lonely people too that heard God's transmission. That I know I'm technically not really alone. But I want all of us to grab onto this phenomenon. We really we really need to start seeing our enemy for who our enemy is and cursing our enemy to his face. I'll curse my enemy to his face. Why? Because I know who my father is. You ain't allowed to come in my house, nigga. Nah, you can't have no water, fool. The hell you at my door for? Nah, I don't play them games. Because it is war. These people have waged war on you. They been since did it. That's why every time you turn around, you got all of our educated black children are graduating from their colleges and schools. I mean, their schools and stuff. And what do the enemy do? The enemy recruits them into their camp because they programmed them there to get them under their wing. If you read the Bible, it's a story about that. Who did that? It was in Judges. Saul. But was that in Judges? It was Saul. I think it was Saul. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Saul. To pull somebody in under their wing. Was it Saul?
Maybe YouTube is gonna say it.
Somebody pulled somebody into their wing because he knew he was gonna be king. So he pulled him in to befriend him because he knew he could become a potential enemy in the end.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what the enemy does all the time. They pull our children out of our circles and out of our camps, the ones that could possibly be the next messiahs or the next leaders, and they pull them into put them into their camp and train them of the way of the enemy, so that when they're older and powerful and can change things, they prefer not to because they don't want to upset the balance of their newly built houses and their $1 million mansions and their bank accounts and their this, that, and the other thing, because the enemy has showered them with all of that stuff that it literally took away from their soul. Now they have no desire to go back to their community and build a damn thing because the enemy has taken them into their bosom. Why? Because we let these children go to school. And when they come home, we don't talk to them. Now, that's one thing I do to my children. What you learn? Lies. Let me tell you what really happened. Now, here is the color of law, and here's the real law, right? I teach my children this no matter how. I got a 4-year-old. Well, he's 5 now. And I teach him the color of law. You need to know that what they saying to you is, answer them questions. If the books say a man walked across the street and got hit by a bus, and did he A, walk, or did he B, skate? The answer was he walked, because you read it, right? But the fact of the matter is, the man did not really walk in real life. He actually took a bus. But they just made this up because they want to reprogram you. This is what I explained to them, right? If it's truth, it's truth. But if it's fake, it's fake. Like Christopher Columbus. Ain't nobody finna convince my children by now. Everybody, the whole world knows. But I've been saying this for years. My children are 25, and now they're just now finding out because some white person on TV decided they wanted to go ahead and leak the truth. But I've been saying this from when my children were young. Man, fuck Christopher Columbus.
Exactly.
In the 3rd grade, I was saying that. Well, then we're doing a project on Christopher Columbus. That nigga ain't did shit. But he answered to Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand. Brought his ass over here with a bunch of niggas. There were Moors at the time. He brought them the transatlantic slave trade. He came from Spain and brought Moors from Spain.
Right.
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Was the same damn year the Moors were overthrown in Spain. Is that a coincidence? Hell to the no, it ain't. Cristobal Columbus was from Spain. Hauled his ship full of Moors that lost the war and brought them over to America, which was called a Mexum. Brought them over to a Mexum and enslaved them there. And now you got Moors that are over here that know they're Moors because the blood has been speaking to them and telling them who they are. So you need to go inside of your blood and find out who you are.
Where you come from. That's right.
Go inside of your blood. God has already told you who you are because God is flowing through your veins.
Yeah.
If you don't learn to listen to if you think you're the enemy, then you are not hearing yourself properly. You need to go inside of yourself and study who you are to show yourself approved.
That's right.
Then you can talk to me because I'm there already. I ain't fully arrived, but I'm there. I'm there. And when I see you, I can see you as another brother or sister that has came to that conclusion that you've seen who you are. Now the veil has is past your eyes. It's came down. You can see that enemy for who he is. You know all of his tricks. You know everything that he tries to do. How he tries to infiltrate your family. How he's using R. Kelly against everybody. And all of this feminist liberal movement shit. And all this toxic masculinity and these damn mandatory vaccinations and all of this stuff. It's all to kill you because what? Satan has not changed his goal. His goal has always been the same.
Kill, steal, and destroy.
And that is to take your soul, right? He wants to take your soul. That shit ain't changed. The game has changed. No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. The game has not changed. The people have changed. So you die. You don't tell your children that knowledge, guess what they're going to do? They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle and go through the same shit you did only to realize who the enemy is, but then it's too late. Because if they didn't teach their children, guess what? The game goes on. We need to start teaching our children now, but first we need to learn. We need to go back to that. Enemy 101.
Enemy 101.
Learn who our enemy is.
That's it. Peace out, family. It's been real. I got to
beat some children. I gotta beat some children.
I gotta beat some earths. Yeah, but blessings. Please like, subscribe, share, donate. $1 something, 4 quarters, nickel, pennies for the cause. Yeah.
For the cause.
For the cause. For the cause.
We ain't taking no offering plates.
No, we don't do that.
We ain't taking up no offering plates.
No.
But
yeah.
Subscribe to the cause. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
Love y'all.
Yeah, next Sunday. We'll definitely have part 2, no doubt. And thank you for your time, your opportunity. Oh, especially the knowledge.
Yep.
That's the main thing. We're here to uplift, not to tear down. We're here to receive knowledge. We're here to also gain knowledge so we can, take these chains off that we have on our minds. So that's the first and foremost. So peace out, family. We love you.
Love y'all.
Blessings and prosperity.